What is up? We are out here at my local nature center. I'm just bored, so I figured I'd go out and take a hike, go take some photos, go see what's going on. I've never really made videos before, but I thought it'd be just kind of fun to make some and document my experiences and maybe give some tips and tricks for people. My first tip is just go out, go shoot. You have no reason not to. Today I'm not looking for anything particular, maybe just some good color that's coming out, and just kind of out to just be out of the house, you know. Coronavirus has everybody cooped up inside, so I figured I'm just gonna go outside and have some coffee, talk to a camera, and take some pictures. I've stumbled upon something. I don't think I'm gonna find a good shot here. Maybe I'll come back to it later. But I did find something pretty cool. Check this out. Second tip, which is to just get outside. Even if you don't take any photos, you still took your camera with you and you still went outside. That's, you know, more than a lot of people do. The next tip is, if you are going out to take photos, scout, go look for stuff. You know, go to an area that you're familiar with. You know, have an idea of what you're looking for and what you want to shoot and where you want to shoot. And here we are at our location that we wanted to check out. It's pretty cool. It's an old bottling factory or something like that. I'm not really sure. And just because I know the place doesn't mean I'm gonna get a good shot. But that brings us to our next tip. Always bring some coffee with you so you can sit and relax for a minute. Pretty neato. Old fact bottling something, I don't know. It's pretty high up above the water. And I'm gonna set the tripod up and try to get a shot of that. So here's our shot. I'm using a 16-35 at 16. We're gonna zoom in and manual focus on these. Make sure our trees are in focus. And 2-second timer, we're gonna let her rip. Alright, so sorry about the background noise. I'm right by the highway, as you can see. But, so, I've got something I want to show. So, the sky is pretty bright, but the water is not that bright. And I want to get an even exposure on all that. So something we can do is go in here and do what's called bracketing, and then we'll smack them together later. And what I normally do is 7 shots, no more than 2 stops. Let me take that photo. And what that does is take 7 different exposures and we can smack them together. So this spot has lost its appeal to me. There's no clouds in the sky. It's a blue background. I've got some good shots, I think. We'll see. I'll put them up here whether they're good or not. But now it's time to move on and go elsewhere. My philosophy is that the woods and the natural spaces that we have, they're not mine, they're not yours, they're everybody's. So when you're out here, first and foremost, respect nature. Don't leave any trash, you know, don't destroy things. Be respectful. There was a guy out there fishing to the left. You couldn't see him on camera, I don't think. But, you know, I wasn't being loud. I just let him have his space, let him have his quiet, just like he was letting me have my space and letting me have my quiet. I sat there and enjoyed my coffee. I think he was doing the same thing, just sitting by the river fishing, drinking coffee. And it was a good time for both of us. Another tip is find a subject. You know, what are you looking for? What are you trying to show? What story does that photo tell? Next piece of advice, pick up your trash. Trying to get down there safely. Nice. The water's moving, so it's hard to get good reflections. It ripples on it, and it's really hard to get something that looks totally in focus. If you really want a good reflection photo, go to a lake. Early in the morning too, and that, you know, it's like glass. So I did decide to stop and set up and take a photo. I'm gonna try to get a cool S-curve, sort of. Got a little bend, and the light is hitting the trees really nicely. So we're gonna see what we can do with that. I'll just show you real quick. Maybe you can see. We've got our sweet polarizer here. Hello. The 6D with the 16 to 35. And I'm not totally level, as we can maybe see. But that's okay, because I want the picture to look level. Go like this a little bit and level it out. Not using a very nice tripod. And you know, you can always level stuff out in post-processing. Next tip is get out and explore. Go look. We were back there a little earlier, and I decided to get a closer view of that cool tree, that cool branch. You know, I don't really like this shot right now because there's not much to it, just that cool branch. But you know, now I know what it looks like down here. And in a few days, maybe I'll come back and on a cloudy day when there's some nice composition in the sky and get some cool reflections on the water surface and that tree hanging over. Another tip is be prepared for colder weather. You know, when the sun sets, it starts to get cold. Wear your neck gaiter, wear gloves, and take a light, a flashlight, because you know, what if you just lose track of time and you're, you know, taking the shot and like, oh well, I don't have a light now. So I think I'm gonna put the camera up and just hike. I lied, I got the camera back out because the moon is popping out, and part of my advice was to get out and explore. So I'm just gonna go see if there's a good shot. Someone's calling me. Spam. So there's the moon. We're gonna get the camera out and have some more coffee, maybe eat a sandwich, and see what we can do. Had to switch to the 50mm. I don't own a telephoto lens, you know, because they're expensive, but I switched to the 50 to get the moon, because with the wide angle lens it just looks like a dot. And now I'm actually really gonna pack up the camera and go home. Alright, so I lied again. Got the camera back out because I found these really cool two trees and the moon's popping out. Not between them or anything, but he'll be good in there. I got my headlamp, the camera set up. Here's the moon and the two trees. You can kind of see what we can do. With you.